Hey guys, so before we get into the video, I actually wanted to share that I will be commentating the Dragon Rider Championship Series coming up this January 8th and 9th. This is the 5th Dragon Rider Championship Series. It's going to be a big tournament with cash prizing hosted by Dragon Rider Games. So if you want to check that out, it's available to play for anyone. It's just online through Dueling Book. You can look at the links in the description. I'm actually really excited because I'm going to be able to be commentating this with a couple of awesome YouTubers, TCG Tally, Barracks Bear, and Golden Nova Yu-Gi-Oh! Their links will also be in the description. I think it's going to be a banger of a tournament, so if you want to watch, I'll be streaming it on my Twitch and YouTube. If you want to play, again, check out Dragon Rider Games. They host a lot of really good tournaments, and this is going to be a big one. It's going to be right before Pasadena. The Grand Creators is going to be legal. I think it's going to be a banger of an event. I'm really excited to commentate it, and I hope to see you guys there. Hey guys, it is Yishan here. I am excited to prevent I guess what I would call a top 4 locals. Lyrilusc Tri-Brigade Bird up with the Small World version, actually. So I got to test it out. I was really excited to test it out. Shout out to, I think I saw this first being played by Charlie Engel. Am I getting that name right? I think it's Engel. So yeah, shout out to my man Charlie. This was a lot of fun to play. I got top 4. We split in top 4. So you know, that was that. Got some Brothers Legends packs. Hyped to open those up later. But yeah, I just want to give my thoughts about this deck, sort of my current build, because I know a lot of people have been wondering, what's the deal with this deck? I'll show what I think is like the standard combo, the combo you should be going for every time. Yeah, so that's that. Let us get on with the main deck first, shall we? So I went for 3 Warbler. This is not a unique choice by any means. You should play 3 Warbler. It's the best card in the deck because it starts everything. So my theory was you wanted to max out on the Warbler special summon targets, right? So Warbler, Sparrow, full combo. Warbler, Wagtail, also full combo, as long as you didn't draw Bird Call. But even if you drew Bird Call to do this combo, it's still pretty good. And like if you open Nerval, it's going to be fine anyway. So yeah, I'm a fan of just maxing out on these because the strongest part about the Small World Bird Up deck is that it opens combos so much. And just, if you win your dice rolls, which I won quite a few dice rolls today, that you just like totally just win. So yeah, I also play triple Braille Canary just because this is one you just want to have. Great grind game. So yeah, that's that. I played 2 Sapphire Swallow. You don't actually need to run. Like I sometimes like 3. But you don't really need 3. You only need 2. Mainly, there's sometimes you want it in the grind game, but also like if you open Small World and you want to get rid of a Sapphire Swallow, you want to be able to do that, right? You want to have another one in your deck for your combo. So I think 2 is a fine number. Yeah, but we're maxing out, almost maxing out of the birds because I think they're some of the best cards. And then I, of course, played 3 Fractal. Why 3 Fractal? Well, it's pretty straightforward. This one also gets you more birds. So it's just maximizing that combo consistency. Yeah, so Fractal, just dumps birds for you, which is great. And then I've got 3 Nerval. Again, maximizing consistency. If you go with the, the Bird Call route, but you have the Celeste Wagtail, then you want to have Nerval on your hand already. So yeah, I think just maxing out on is the best. Again, you're trying to open the combo, so it makes sense to play as much of it. 1 kit and 1 carrot, so you actually only need 1 of these, and the deck space is already pretty tight, so I was happy with 1 both times. Yeah, this is pretty standard, honestly. And then I played the 1 Mystery Alley. Part of me wanted me to play like the statue, but there's just, I don't know, this card, there's a lot of just random back row decks at my locals, and I think this card's just better, like, overall. Also, you can Small World it away with the Dinotherium, which is nice, where you can't do that with the statue. I actually did Small World this away a couple of times, so that's cool. The full board is basically unbreakable anyway, pretty hard to break. And then 1 Crow, definitely worth it. I would play the Crow every time. Just like you want to have something to hit DP with in this format. So this comes up, and it's just randomly good as well, and it's a Tri-Beast. And then 1 Nibiru. I wanted to play 1 Nibiru because I think I could search it off Small World at the end of my combo. You can play more of this card. It's funny, this card didn't really come up for me that much today. In fact, the one time I did use it, I had a choice to use it, but I decided to actually just not use it, and because I had a Lightning Storm in hand, and I want to use that instead. And the other time, I actually banished it off Small World. It has 600 defense for our good friend Dinotherium, which is by far the best Small World target. Shout out to whoever found this. It's just like, it bridges like everything in the deck, which is just amazing. Like, it just bridges everything. And it's a good card. I honestly like very rarely draw this card, which is kind of nice. But hey, that's that. Yeah, so that's the monsters. This deck is mostly monsters, but a lot of birds, and then three each of the good Tri-Brigades, and then one of the carrots in the kit, which you need to play. So it's pretty standard. I played 3 bird call. This is also pretty standard because this card is just totally insane. I don't know. I don't know what you can say about this card that hasn't already been said. It just adds you combo. It's good. The only problem is once per turn. So sometimes I find myself having a bunch of these and you know, like not being able to like use them all sometimes because Celeste adds them and all that stuff. But this card's just good. It adds Warbler. This card, so Small World. In my testing, funny enough, as I was testing on Dueling Book, I very rarely use this card for combo. At the tournament, I use this card all the time to open combo, which is crazy. Like, I mean, this card just, it searched a lot of Warblers, searched a lot of Sparrows, and it was just really solid. I sided out going second a lot. Maybe it's because I won so many dice rolls that this card felt good. Because if you win the dice roll, have this card in your deck, and it just like, you're so likely to combo. I liked it though, so... But that could just be a case of me winning a lot of dice rolls. But I enjoyed it. So, you know, it just gets anything, basically, which is great. It really works well in a combo deck, because it gets you the best starters. And once you have the starters, the combo is just so good. And then I played 1 Tinky, which was fine, you know, just more consistency. I played 1 Called By. I think this card is too broken not to play. So, there you go. 1 Called By. 1 for 1, this card is actually not as much of a staple as it could be. I feel like, you know, it's just, like, it doesn't combo. Like, it does, but not really. So, like, it's hard to say, because you can't use Warbler effect when it's special summon from the deck. If you could, this card would be just totally broken in the deck. It's good, though. It's still good. So, like, I like it as it's just an extender. But you could, like, cut it for another hand trap. Possibly, but I just think the card is pretty powerful. Also, what do you guys think of the PC whites, huh? I actually don't like PC whites, but I just had some nostalgia the other day. I wanted to, you know, this was like everyone had PC whites. You guys remember this? I don't know if you're like an OG player, but like everybody wanted to play with PC whites and Spellgrounds and Calculator cases. And honestly, I hate these sleeves. Like, they pick up so much freaking dirt, and like the cards always slide to the top, but they do shuffle so nicely and they spread so nicely. But I just remember as like a young Yu-Gi-Oh player, I really wanted to be cool. And so like we would just use PC whites to try to be cool. But yeah, you know, funny, good times. So yeah, 1 for 1. I mean, it was fine. I don't remember really if I drew it at all. 3 Imperm. I think it's the best hand trap, but I see a lot of people play Gamma in this deck. I think Gamma's good. Can you use Small World with Gamma in some way that I'm not aware of? I just couldn't find really good targets to use it with. So that's that. But Imperm, I think, just one of the most solid hand traps. So I ran it. And then 1 Imperial Order, which is pretty good. Before the Nib, I was running a Chalice and Chalice in place of the Imperial Order. Honestly, it didn't matter that much today. I just didn't really draw this card. The one time I drew it, actually, was I went second, which is hilarious. The 1 dice roll I lost. But it was still fine. I was able to break the board and then set this, so it was a good card. But I think it's worth playing just for the high value, but who knows? Maybe that's incorrect. And then 1 Oath. I use this a lot. I mean, it just seals up the game. Like, people just concede to it because it stops all the stuff. And now your combo is so consistent, the full combo, that like you want to have this in your deck. I think it's a mistake not to play Oath. So there's that. Side deck, honestly, I never sided neutral, but just because I didn't play against, you know, this deck or a deck that's weak to Droll. So Droll just never came in, no Drytrons or anything like that. Nibs came in like once, but again, I played a lot of back row decks today. So actually the most common cards on my side were the Pankratops, the triple Lightning Storm, which was really, really good, and then the triple Cosmic, which was okay. Honestly, this could have just been Harpies, Red Reboot, and something else, and I would have been fine. I mean, Cosmic is okay. I just wanted to try it out because I thought it would be good against the, you know, Phantom Knights. You can Cosmic the Lancia, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. So I don't know. It was fine. And then I actually had a lot of 2-0s today, so I won a lot of dice rolls. So I just didn't side this card in very much because, you know, you win game 1, then you win game 2, you don't have a chance to go first game 3. So this card didn't come in that much, so I actually rarely sided it in. So that's that. And then on to our extra deck, we've got Utopic Future and the Draco. Just so good. Just so good. Yeah, I really, really like this package. Yeah, so would recommend. Honestly, there's so much nibs running around. I kind of want to play Appaloosa as well, but maybe I gotta find a space for that. 2 Recital. I see a lot of people play 3. I honestly have never wanted a 3rd one. Maybe I'm not playing this deck right or something, but I find myself never wanting a 3rd one. So there's that. And then the one Ensemble, which I used quite a bit, just goes with your full combo, as well as, you know, just like an overall, just a good card. So I summoned it a couple of times, and then the Nightingale, I think I summoned this a couple of times, just for the Zeus, and then the Downer Magician, which I haven't used yet to get like an extra Zeus send, but I could see it being good. 1 Zeus. There was a time where I actually wanted a 2nd one, although honestly, just bluffing that I had a 2nd one might have been enough. Just like, okay, I have a 2nd Zeus, you have to stop my play now, might have been enough. But yeah, Zeus, very good. Not much to say about that card. Almirage helps you unbrick, summon this card today a couple of times. Farrajet, I only run 1. I could see running 2 of this, but there's just like so little space. But yeah, you use this in your main combo, or when you're just struggling to combo, this card helps a lot because you can special one of those level 1 birds that triggers on special from your hand, which is really good. So yeah, I used Farrajet a lot. I could definitely see running 2, but the extra deck is tight. Got 1 Double Dragon Lords, which I summoned quite a bit. Some more, which I summoned quite a bit. The only card I did summon was Desperate Doom Eagle, although there was a game where I really tried to summon it, but I just couldn't get my Tri-Brigades to resolve. I lost that game, but I wanted to summon it, so I guess technically it counts. Yeah, I used every card in my extra deck, and then Double Shreg. I mean, this card just comes up because, yeah, I mean, it's just good. Like, if your opponent doesn't concede after your full combo, just 2 comes up all the time. So, yeah, Double Shreg. So that is it, basically. I wanted to show you guys a basic combo. Basically, I think you should be doing this combo every time as well. So it's actually really quite straightforward. There's a bunch of variations on it. I'm going to move the camera up. I'll see you guys in a bit here. All right, guys, so we are back with the combo tutorial of this portion. Shout out, you were playing it. They got these sleeves for me. So, you know, basically, I just wanted to show the basic combo and maybe how to use Small World really quickly. So, you know, Wagtail plus Warbler is combo as well, as long as you don't have to use the bird call to search anything for the start of the combo. So, for example, we can go Small World. We can, you know, reveal Sapphire. Also, if you draw Sapphire with Wagtail plus Bird Call, it's still combo because you just use the first one to search Nerval. You just have to be careful because you're restricted into some searches because you can't use the second Bird Call. But basically, you want to go for this combo every time. So you banish or you reveal the Dinotherium from your deck as well, and then you can add the Warbler to your hand. So that's the basic, you know, Small World usage. You just go through Dinotherium, you can swap a bird, a Tri-Brigade out for it, basically. And then there you go. So boom, get your Tri-Brigade out. Then you can go, you know, Warbler, Wagtail, and you always want to go for this combo. So basically, you summon this out, you get your searches, right? So this one's going to grab a bird call, okay. And then the other one is going to grab, you know, something else. So I'll show you. So basically, you overlay these two to Recital, and then Recital effect to search. So this time we're going to search the Nerval, right? Because this can only get us Sapphire Swallow. So that's important, right? So this can only get us Sapphire Swallow. So we want to search Nerval. See, I already grabbed the wrong one. So search Nerval off your Recital and then use the bird call to grab the Sapphire Swallow. And then I'm just going to draw 2 random cards to add to my hand for the rest of this combo, just to show you guys, because you need like a couple of extra cards in your hand if you want to like end with Barrel Canary as well. So we'll just play it by ear here. I'm doing it live, combo testing live here with Yishan. Let's see what we get here. So I'm just, you know, this is not going to be shuffled very well, but you know, we can't really worry about that too much. So I think we would have, what, 2 extra cards in our hand. So we'll draw 1, draw 2. Okay, so we draw the kit and we draw, wow, okay, we gotta draw some good cards. So basically, let's put back the kit because, you know, that makes it too easy. So let's see. Let's draw. Okay, Imperial Order. Oh, yeah, that's a good card too. So yeah, you can go Sapphire, summon out here. Now, I have tried long and hard, and if you're only playing one Fairy Jet in your extra deck, like let's say you started with Fractal, right? So you had an extra Tri-Beast in your graveyard, right? If you start with Fractal, let's just say here, we'll make an example. Let's just say you started with Fractal. I still do not think it is worth it to banish with Nerval here. Just because, like, if you get nibbed, you don't have another Fairy Jet, and that makes things very awkward. If you have second Fairy Jet in your extra deck, it's not as bad to banish 2 here. If you're only playing 1, though, would never ever banish here. Always just go for the Draco first to force out the nib. Nib is really popular right now, guys. So always just go for this play first. You do not want to be caught with your pants down, because like if you use the Nerval to summon out Fairy Jet, you will not have another one, and it'll make your follow up really hard. But if you do this, right, then it's not that big a deal if you get nibbed. So you can detach here, right, and then you search 2 things. The first thing you want to get usually is the bird you didn't use in the first part of the combo. So in this case, we use the gray bird. We're going to grab the brown bird, the cobalt, right? If we use cobalt, we would add Celeste because we're going to special something off our Fairy Jet, right? So that's sort of important to remember. Okay, and then we get our Nerval search. Nerval is always going to add Kit here, right? If you already had Kit, you could add Karis. That's fine as well. So, okay, now you can do the F0 part of the combo. So that's all fine and dandy. You can just put them, you know, it doesn't really matter. You can put them in the corner, you can put them wherever, just, yeah, somewhere, not in the middle. Just don't put them in the middle. Okay, so now you get your F0 out, okay? So F0 is here. This is good. And then you normally get Kit. Okay, so this is actually a weakness in the combo. This is a great time to imperm the Kit after they banish 4. That hurts a lot, actually. Because, like, I can't search Nerval. Right, I can't search the Karis, so I'm basically stuck. So yeah, imperm on Kit hurts quite a bit. So just for you know, all you players that want to counter that stuff there. Okay, so now what are we gonna do? I'm gonna banish a couple of cards from my graveyard. I just like to keep as many birds as I can, and if I do, I can keep the birds that like to be special back by barrel. So I'm just gonna banish these 4 for the Shiraig here. So Shiraig is coming to the party, and then we can link these 2 off into our good friend Fairy Jet, right? So Fairy Jet's here. We're going to dump with Kit and search with Shiraig. So I like to go Chainlink 1, Shiraig, Chainlink 2 Kit. Kit will dump our good friend Oath. Shiraig is going to add the missing Karis. Okay, so like if you already have Karis, that's great, but just add something else. But yeah, in this case, we're going to do that. And then we can use Fairy Jet to special summon out our Cobalt. Cobalt can now search. It doesn't really matter what. You can search something you want to discard off Karis. So like, for example, I could discard like another Celeste, maybe, okay? It doesn't really matter too much. So, or you could, you know, you could do whatever you want. I'm just gonna go for another Celeste because why not? And then you can link these 2 off. Sorry, I hit the mic there for some more. So yeah, this is just a standard combo. You've probably seen this like a million times. You basically want to go for this if you can every game. So that's just how it is. You can draw 1, put 1 back. So here we go, draw 1. You don't really need this. You can just you know, put the Celeste back, but I like to keep Tri-Brigades in my deck. Just keep your grave loaded. So okay, now we can go pitch this for Karis, and then we can use Karis banish, you know, 2 to summon out our double Dragon Lords. Now, just in general, I like to put I like to try to keep the middle zone open if possible, because I think that that's the most likely, you know, that's like if you put a Shiraig here, you're gonna have an extra zone over here, so you just want to keep as many zones as you can. So I like to keep that middle zone available. You know, we can go Barrel Canary, summon back the targeting protection guy, overlay for the Ensemble, Celeste to attach is all good there. And so I like to put the Celeste, I like to put the Ensemble here actually. I think, you know, if bad things happen, it's probably because your Apex Avion is gone, so you'll have a space there. Set 1, and then end phase, you can use some Morgue and grab the Apex Avion. I like to summon it in defense. Just because I think it's slightly better, because nothing really has 2000 attack that's easy to get over it. And then you've got 1, 2 negates, bounce, as well as a spell and trap negate. So it's really strong, and you usually get follow-up because of the ensemble, and then of course if you're some more glyphs, duel is basically over. So I would always go for that combo just to play around Nib. Don't use that Nerval early to summon that Fair Jet. But otherwise, yeah, this is a pretty, honestly, that combo is pretty straightforward. It's when you don't get that mainline combo that this deck becomes much more interesting. You have to play by the fly, play by ear. But that is it, guys. That is my Small World Bird Up deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, let me know if you guys used to really like PC whites back in the day. I know I wanted to be cool like that back in the day. So yeah, until next time, guys, this is a great video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one.